Hi there, welcome to the Election Diary. Today's the 16th of March. I'd just like to give you an update on the developments we've been having with Goldsmiths University in particular and the three departments that we've been visiting. So on Friday we went to see the politics department, the Goldsmiths Students' Union, and we also went to see the Goldsmiths Admin Services team. So different objectives in the conversations. The politics department, we've been dealing with them primarily to get an understanding of how political theory discusses the issue of engaging young people in voting. So, I mean, typically in the UK, it is recognised that a lot of young people don't participate in the political process. So, we're hoping to get a conversation with Saul Newman, who was my personal tutor and is now the head of the politics department. Really try and understand if there's any sort of recommendations they can give us, and also try and get an understanding of how the Goldsmiths professors engage with students in their own decision-making processes as well. It would be quite bizarre for professors not to be engaging young people and sharing their knowledge, which is a kind of a principle that democratic reform really stands firm on, and that's we want to see people with knowledge share that knowledge in the decision-making process and collect that together to make something that's worthwhile all round. So we're hoping to see if they do that, and if they don't, then we want to be able to help them achieve that as well. So that was conversation one. Conversation two, we went to Goldsmiths Students' Union to try and discuss how we might be able to offer some of our campaign to young people, get them engaged in local decision making as well, and how we might be able to communicate with them in the future. Obviously, the Students' Union has a certain degree of impartiality and neutrality, if you will, to political parties, but myself and Emily, obviously both being alumni, we understand that the message that we are trying to spread is actually one that really a lot of Goldsmiths students will understand and appreciate and want to help us as well. So we've been having that conversation, and we've also agreed now that we are, or myself rather, will be on the panel of the question time. The question time is taking place on the 25th of March from 1 till 3 o'clock in the stretch, and that's the Goldsmiths Students' Union. So if you're available, please come down, have a chat, and hopefully we'll be able to answer all your questions. Finally, we've been dealing with the admin services team to get an understanding of the costs of university education. And what I mean by that is, we always hear a discussion about tuition fees, and obviously there's always a desire for students not to have to pay for their education, but in order to be able to understand how we might be able to reach that conclusion, we kind of really need to know how much university education costs the university, and then look at how we might be able to repatriate those costs, if you will. And obviously, through this information, this conversation we've been having with the admin services team, we're trying to get an idea of the costs and how we might be able to implement a graduate tax going forward, and also how we might be able to implement the volunteering scheme, which allows for students to offset some of their debts through volunteering work in the local community. So obviously that's quite a large admin area that university could participate in, or it could be operated through Department of Work and Pensions. So it's an interesting development piece. We want to get the numbers in front of us, get an understanding, and hopefully demonstrate that our policy of a graduate tax, coupled with volunteering exercises to alleviate some of the debt, is a rational and sensible route forward for everyone involved. So those conversations kind of encompassed what we did on Friday, and I went down there again today to try and touch base with the Students' Union, try and get them more involved in how they encourage students to participate in UK democracy. Unfortunately, that meeting didn't go ahead, so hopefully when we're down there on the 25th of March, we can really engage students head to head without necessarily dealing with the students' union. Obviously, they're supposed to be impartial, so there's only so much room that they can provide us with without us going there directly. So keep in touch with us, keep looking at this page, and hopefully we'll be able to hear back with some more news later on over the next few weeks. Take care for now.